All right, got my McLeod Performance twin disc clutch. You can see that's what it'll look like when I take it apart. There's some pretty specific instructions to taking it apart, so I'm not going to do that just yet because I have to take these nuts off and then set them aside, line everything up right, put it back together on the flywheel. But here's our flywheel right here. I just took that off. We need to get that resurfaced. So I'm gonna take that into the machine shop, and they said like 80 bucks, so I'll take it on over there and have them resurface it, and then we'll start putting it back all together. Okay, one other thing, I'm crawling under here because like I said, I'm gonna have to work on this under the car. I need to take this off, so I'm gonna pull the hydraulic hose off there, take the concentric slave cylinder off, and then the bell housing has to come off. So essentially what I got to do is put that slave cylinder on with the bell housing when I get the clutch on up here against the engine, take my measurements. I take that back. I take the bell housing, put it on there, put the concentric slave cylinder on the transmission, do measurements, and make sure I don't have to shim this thing up. So for right now, all I'm doing is just taking this off. I'm gonna try and take the bell housing off, and then I'll probably just run some brake cleaner in there, get that cleaned up real good too. All right, the flywheel's back from the machine shop. Looks all pretty now, ready to go. So I'm gonna throw that in the car, and then after that, it'll be putting the bell housing on, taking some measurements, and then throwing everything back together. All right, got the flywheel on there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and throw a little Loctite on them and throw those bolts in, torque them down. Okay, so I'm taking this thing apart. You can see we have the twin discs. They are labeled. This is the, see if I can get on that bottom disc. That one's labeled the top disc. And then that's labeled flywheel side, so that we know that that goes forward towards the flywheel. I'm gonna put that on there, on the flywheel with the alignment tool first. So that's step one in here. Well, not step one. Step one was take it apart. So we're gonna take it and put it on the flywheel similar to that. Once we get that on, looks like we put the adapter tool, the adapter plate, which is this guy here, onto the flywheel, put the second disc on, and then the pressure plate. So that's kind of pretty straightforward. I'm sure there's some little gotchas, so I'm going to keep an eye on those, and hopefully I'll be able to record any of that. Just throw that plate on there. That's the bottom clutch plate, or the inside clutch plate. I'm going to grab this ring here, throw that on, use these bolts, tighten down to 25 foot-pounds. Well, the problem I'm running into is trying to align this pressure plate, or this adapter plate. Okay, that looks like that's the hole. Ooh, where'd it go? That's the hole there. So I gotta try and get these in the right spots here, because there's a bunch of different holes for different flywheels. So, but that looks like it's gonna work there. So I think I have let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 in now, so I think I'm pretty well aligned with these holes. So now I just need to get the other 2 in, find where those are, and then should be good. So you can see I have the alignment tool in there for the bottom clutch there, and then yeah, align these holes. Why is this just spinning and spinning? Well, no, it's starting to tighten now. Okay, just a lot of threads, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. Well, I don't know, it just seems to be spinning and spinning. I might have to take this back off and then see if these bolts fit right. They might not be in there right. All right, well, I grabbed the wrong bolts. So those are the ones that I grabbed, and these are the ones I needed. So it came with 2 sets of bolts for this setup, so I'm assuming those must be the ones for the adapter plate to the flywheel. It looks like it came with some Loctite as well, so I'm going to throw that on there and torque it down. But because I crawled out from under there, I decided it was lunchtime, so I'm going to finish my banana and get back under. All right, I got the adapter plate on with the right bolts this time. And so I'm going to go ahead and pull this alignment tool. What's going to happen is it's going to drop down just a little bit, and we'll have to finagle with this to get it back in place, but the other clutch won't slide over that little hoop, the other clutch plate. So I'm going to have to take that out, get everything lined up once I get the pressure plate on. So the thing with the pressure plate, it said make sure these links are showing where they need to be. So there's a, let's get out of here and see if we can see that. Yeah. Climbing out from under the car. Someday I'll get a lift. Okay, so there's the clutch plate. So basically, the links will have to line up with these. So you can see there's a space there for them. There's obviously the links in here as well. So it says to line those up, don't offset them, make sure they're good. So that's what I'll have to be watching out for as I put that on. All right, so first things first, put the alignment tool back in and got the second clutch in place. Again, that was labeled top. And on the other side, it does say flywheel side, so we know we're in the right direction here. I'm going to watch these links here. Looks like there's a alignment mark here, so I'm going to look for that on the pressure plate and try to get those lined up as well. Everything should be good if I do that. And then we have a flat washer, a locking washer, and a nut that goes on these. It says do not use the Loctite on these, and then we'll torque them down afterward. Okay, got the nut with the 2 washers on, so the flat washer, the locking washer, the nut. Got 6 of those. Got the alignment tool in here. I want to make sure it's all the way in because we got both clutch discs that have to be aligned here, so that's all the way in. All right, now I tighten those down using a star pattern at 25 foot-pounds on each, and then come back around on that same star pattern for 35 foot-pounds. These fingers need to make sure they're below the line of the outside ring here, which, I mean, even if I don't have to put a straight edge or anything on it, it's just, you can tell on the from down here looking at it. So that should be in, ready to go. I removed the alignment tool, so everything's sitting good, ready to go. All right, this last part was a pain in the ass to video. So I got a couple of pictures while I was trying to get these measurements. So basically you have to get a straight edge across the bell housing after you put the bell housing onto the engine, and you measure your distance from the end of those fingers there to the edge of the bell housing, and you can kind of see that in this picture. And then what you're going to do is you're going to measure with the concentric slave cylinder compressed, fully compressed, against the end of the transmission. This is what the slave cylinder looks like, but this is after it's already in. But you just take that measurement from the end of the transmission, and then you have to subtract the two. And I think it's like somewhere between 1/8 and 1/4 inch is all you have to play with. And so I was within those. It took me a while to get that measurement. Then I basically just threw everything back together, and here we are. The Mustang is complete, ready to run again.